All right, this is a follow up to earlier. If I can make some adjustments here. Just trying to adjust some things here. Well, having fun here. Hey, please bear with me if anybody's here. Uh, oh boy, thank easy. So yeah, my phone died, and that's what happened with the other situation. APD did show up. Took them an hour to respond from more than an hour to respond from the initial call, almost an hour from the secondary call. If you're here, like, subscribe, say hello, let me know. And do what I can here. Okay. Oh, that didn't work. My phone and browser are just being a regular old pain in the grumpus. So we're trying to figure out what all has happened. Go to the previous Stalker live that lasted about a little over an hour before my phone decided. Here, please feel free to say hello. What's going on? Different resources trying to steal it. I don't know. So, but yeah, two officer Reagan was the primary officer. The other officer, I guess, was a newer newer. And they got our information for the report. But yeah, it's just basically going to be, as far as they're concerned, not much of anything. They fell into the other video. Their biggest thing was, oh, they had some crashes to attend to on I-35, but I-35 is technically more DPS territory, interstate. So higher and state troopers can handle traffic control on that. So yeah, but it should be anyways. Too many locals living in the slightly wrong jurisdiction. Don't get me wrong; they technically have jurisdiction. All local officers have jurisdiction on the interstates that travel through their towns, but mm, county and state really have the overriding authority, and that's supposed to focus more on what's going on within the little side streets. What happened here? They took the report. They gave me a link to be able to forward some video evidence of what transpired, including you know, the previous video. Didn't get to show them too much of it, but they saw enough to realize. It took them a second to click in their noggins that I was inside my RV the whole time the stalker was here. Me and the wife, we were inside our own home when this dude approached. Yeah, we know who the dude is, but because he started trying to be friendly, but yeah, his demons and delusions have gotten the better of him. So yeah, my wife has a stalker. OVA. She played nice. This dude, us doing our ministry thing, and she's played nice with him. He's had mental health and seizure disorder issues, and she's done what try to do the nice nurse Christianly thing. And this dude has attached to her uh, like a well, yeah, he's attached to her. He's trying to attach himself to her like a bad, worse than a bad case of craps. Uh, He thinks that his delusion states that he's married to my wife, she's divorced from me, and that my wife is pregnant with his twins, and that I am a woman beating rapist, as we all know what that term is referencing. And he was literally, I mean, he's been close before, but and with his yelling and screaming, and we have mostly ignored him. But it wasn't until he was 20 feet from my front door that I finally said something, and I made sure I was live on YouTube when I said it to him to lay the foundational groundwork for that he has been told legally to cease, desist, move on. He's not wanted. But I mean, he had weapons on him and was peacocking with an ass, threatening to come in here and kick my ass, whoop my ass. And it took the officers an hour to respond, over an hour, for 911 to dispatch officers over here to our location. Because when he's doing his annoying stuff and he's more than 50, 100 feet away, it's a public park. We can't do much. We can't say much about it. But when he is staring at your front door and then literally 20 feet from the front door, peacocking, and still, sending the threatening text messages to my wife that he's going to come in here and kick my ass. Yeah. As a veteran, as someone who's worked gate guard, and as someone who's done a security guard, I spoke up and told him to move on. It all takes place in like the first 10, 15 minutes of the other live stream. You know, he did eventually move on, but it still took the officers another 45 minutes, almost an hour to show up. And then my phone died while the officers were here. So in a way, I kind of got a First Amendment type thing. I told the officers I was recording, I was live on YouTube, so they knew. No, we don't deserve that, but that's also part of the reason why you know I've had no gumption to really dig into uh, the YouTube war that's going on over something similar. It's just that actually involves real property, not public areas. So yeah, at the beginning of that video, that's who I was talking to. If you look closely, I'm sitting here at the dining table inside the RV, yelling out the front door, out the screen door at him. And if you're able to see or watch it on a big screen or zoom in, you'll be able to notice that it wasn't until he basically took one step closer to approach when I finally spoke up and said something. He was like literally like 21 feet away type of thing. And then at one point he took, turned around, took a step back, almost like he was going to leave. I hadn't said it. Nobody said anything to him at that point. Then he turned around, got back to the spot he was in, peacocking with that ass. And then he took a step forward, continuing to peacock with the ass, and that's when I started saying something, confronting his delusions. And yeah, I cursed. The situation called for it. I mean, he threw he threw my weight problem in my face. Yeah. Well, if you were watching or listening, then you heard what transpired. But yeah, basically, I've got 10 days to follow of links into me in a text message from Officer Reagan to submit the surveillance camera and uh, my YouTube video to them for evidence. Well, my wife has basically the main thing is my wife has a boot knife. That's really it. We have no pew pews of any type. Although I wouldn't mind having a couple of burner guns with the pepper balls and stuff, but that those things cost $300 to $500 out the gate, and that's just money we don't have. But the main protection we have are Bibles, prayer, and the Lord. Seemed to work this time, confronted his demons and delusions, and seemed to back him off a little bit. You can't in the public area, but I do have blink cameras, and I just got through because the one that covers the front door area from the outside, it would have recorded them normally. I noticed the battery went dead on it last night, and uh, I wasn't going to go out there anytime he was out there. So, but after the officers left, I went through, and the three main, three cameras had low battery. Well, the one basically had no battery left in it, and three others have low, or two others have low battery. So I replaced the batteries in them. But that's why I also need a better internet provider like Starlink, is because it's Verizon Jetpack. Half the time it doesn't record the videos. It'll set off the motion sensors, but there's not enough uh, data bandwidth to actually accommodate anything. Doesn't always capture. But I have specific manually recording where it forced it to capture when he was standing uh, stalking at a tree line when he was closer to about 70 feet away, give or take. I'm not going to go out there with a tape measure, but and then APD is so short staffed. They have they need officers so badly that apparently they're covering accidents on I-35 instead of responding to local incidences. And apparently the officers don't know their job. Neither one of them had any rank. Uh, but yeah, it is what it ain't. But they just, I was telling them more about the laws than they knew regarding stalking and harassing. And then what he was saying was not only defamation and slander. Especially with me being a minister as well, and you make the fool mention that during his screaming and hollering. calling me a fake and all that. But turned around and with the other stuff he said, because he's also sent them in text messages to my wife, is libel. But I've been told for what is it? Aggravated. What do they call it? Aggravated aggressive stalking, aggressive harassment. I guess is what they call a charge. Oh yeah, it's totally legal. We to me. I could have what they call the Byrna guns, BYRNA or BYRNA. Yeah, those things have both. Well, they shoot rubber balls. They're CO2. They, uh, they're basically an air pistol, and they shoot. Well, they can technically shoot a paintball too, but yeah, that would gum up the works. But they can shoot rubber balls, and rubber balls coated in basically pepper spray, coated in mace. Like that's part of what they send you is they send you some standard standard rubber rounds, some orange training rounds for for aiming practice, and then also some that are coated with the pepper, with pepper shots. Well, look at it this way: the dude mental health issues, and it's definitely spiritual. I mean, he is off his rocker, off his meds, and he needs a lot of spiritual help. And in a way, I don't find it too surprising considering other things where I've had to speak up about, spiritual warfare and try to warn people. So for him to for this person to call me a fake prophet slash priest, yeah, it's the same demons, the same doggone demons, because he himself wouldn't have known to say something like that. So to attempt to goad me into coming out and, you know, he called me all the fun little names. Okay, called me the coward. He called me everything but Yeller. And I think in Texas it could be that at that point it yeah it becomes a little more problematic. I mean, technically I can defend, but this is a public park area, so and because we live full time in the RV and are mostly in public areas, the more appropriate thing, in my opinion, would be like the Burners. You know, they use CO2 cartridges, and you can get about 3 clips out of a cartridge of about 5 6 rounds a clip of the test videos I've seen on them, and they're perfectly legal. And you can't get busted for firearms. And one of the colors is a bright orange, where it can't be confused for a regular pew pew. But someone in a mental health state like he was, yeah, that probably might have aggravated a little bit. But if he would have kept coming closer, I would have stepped out either way. And then instead of police showing up, they would have had to send an ambulance and possibly the coroner, because my wife would have came out with her boot knife. And well, let's put it this way: you'll understand the design on it the most. AVA. Um, yeah, it has Spartacus there on the through the boot knife blade, little T shape, the blade with a little T handle. She sometimes hides it in her bra, sometimes in her boot, or sometimes under other things in a little what used to be a dog stroller that she uses to go take things to charge up with. The cart, like right now, she's using the cart to go refill some water jugs. But this dude's gonna give me a little bit of PTSD until we can finally get this other trailer and get a tire fixed and move on a little bit from this area where he can't follow. One of the first places we'll be heading to is the main VA, where I could sit there and park that this RV with that trailer attached right where they can see it from the sixth floor window on the VA campus to say, okay, now what's this about me not being able to store and charge a scooter? I don't know. I mentioned earlier, I actually called and was trying to speak to them about that. Who is it, Skipper? Basically, someone we've tried to help out in the homeless community around here. His name is Abraham Hernandez. He's got at least two. Well, my wife says about four Facebook accounts. But because my wife was nice and friendly to him once, he's become a bit, or well, more than once. I mean, we thought he was a friend. I mean, heck, we even gave him and his mom food sometimes when they had no food. And glad to see you here, Skipper. Glad to see you. But yeah, yeah, it's what's messed up is we're basically. I hate to say this because in so many different ways, there's so many crisscrosses of different things between me being an ordained minister and us living in an RV and everything else. That there's so many and we got our own stalker. There's so many crisscrosses with the what the hell story. It's not funny, but the crisscrosses and interchanges are in different points, and we ain't got the money to fight legal battles. But that's almost what the Austin Police Department wants me to do is me press the charges against them for aggravated harassment type, or yeah, like an aggravated harassment type thing, because they don't have the authority to really do so. It's all right, AVA. Break it down. It's not like I have 100 viewers or something and cats flying by like the Dickens. Yeah, this is just kind of a follow up to the no pressing charges doesn't cost money, but some of the things the dude is doing and what he has said about me, I mean, is I'll put it this way: a lot of the same demons that are over there in Otter Creek, Florida, says that I'm supposedly a woman beater and a rapist. But and we all know from that storyline that that's more civil and yeah, civil courts, and that's where it does cost money. But I ain't worried about that too much. I just want them to at least get him for endangering the welfare of a child because this is our home. My daughter is feeling unsafe because of what he was doing today. I mean, it had her scared, and she's a big girl. Hard to scare her. No, legitimately scare her. But she's sitting here worried that this dude might end up killing me. I'm not sure if they do or not. Most of the stuff has been just texting my wife with these statements, but I do have them making those. That's one of the things I did before I mean, I went live early. Yeah, I went live before I said a word to him because we hadn't said anything to him up until the point I actually said something to him right after I went live earlier. Yeah, but APD right now is about as useful as Levy County Sheriff's. I mean, it literally took an hour. I had called when he went from, well, I had called after he said, because first he was standing out by the tree line for a good 15, 20 minutes. Then he used voice to text, and I've got it on video on my security camera, to text and harass my wife and make threatening messages. So then I called 911. She has told him, she has ignored him, and he has ignored that fact and continues to do so. She told him, in the very beginning, and then she's just been ignoring him since. Unfortunately, she's been doing a lot of deleting the messages just because, just to ignore them, just to get rid of the alert on her phone. And she's tried to make her phone block his number, and it won't. And Verizon and her phone and her device won't block the number. She tried using the whole spam block thing on it, but no. But then he sent the text message, and I called 911 about it. Then he moved over by the door, about 20 feet from our front door, staring right in the front door. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, AVA. And yeah, then when he was 20 feet from the door, I, I recorded him for, a couple minutes on my phone offline. And then I fought like hell to go online to stream. Got the stream going. And then after I got the stream going, then he took a step forward, like he was going to make good on his threats. And I never opened my front door. Just went, hollered through the screen door and confronted him. And you can see that on the previous video. Like I say, it all transpired within 10, 15 minutes, and then we had to wait forever for the police to show up. Oh, I told the officers I want to press all the charges. Okay, sweetie, I see you there. Say hi to Skipper and AVA. And We to Me was back in here a moment ago. She kind of went quiet a moment, possibly cooking dinner. But yeah, this is more, and then my phone died while I was talking to the officers. Oh, I don't know if my phone died from overheat or from low battery, which, either way, need a new phone, need some better recording equipment, but it is what it is. Other things are the priority. Oh, but Skipper, just so you know, I reached out and got the voicemail for the senator's office, and I had difficulty because I called the VA director's office, uh, and in the process, they remembered who I was, and one, they were already gatekeeping, preventing me from trying to schedule a conference with the new interim director. Now it's not a female; it's some male, and I kept trying to say, go, talk to patient advocacy, talk to the patient advocate, talk to the patient advocate, talk to the patient advocate. I was like, I already talked to them. I got nowhere because this position is, yeah, basically discriminating. I would think it should have posted. YouTube has a funny thing that doesn't want to continue showing something. I hate that. Well, log in from the other device and see what I can do about it. But video. Excuse me, there is a message for you. See if I can. Don't tell me I just buried it. What the heck? I know I was live. I know because I was talking to me to we during it. See. Well, he didn't advance further really after I said something. Oh, wrong account. What the heck? Oh boy, what is going on? Did I just get blocked on YouTube? This is weird. Okay, this is. I'm trying to find it, and I use StreamYard. Yeah. Okay. What's everything else? Oh, I think there's a confusion because of what the title of this one is. It wants to be the same as the other. I think it's causing a hiccup in the. Screw tube burst. That's not what I wanted. Okay, there it is. Man, I had to go funky way in here to find it. Hmm. Make it so hard. Uh, the basic description of the dude. Oh, come on. Problem saving some changes. Doggone it. Oh, no, I'm saying it's published? I don't know. Try. Quality uploading. So, all right. Take care, we to me. Be safe. Uh, so, AVA, if you're still here, I tried to get it published. Give YouTube the info they want to know. So you should be able to see it now. And try to go back to it. But I think trying to put his info in the details screen. I don't think that worked out too well. I don't know. I'm trying to do this from cell phones at the moment, not from a computer. Thank you, honey. Anyone else want to show up, say hello? Please do. Have the previous video public now after my phone died in the middle of the live. There you go. Thank you. I don't, I don't know what it is. Actually, I know what it is. My internet bandwidth is so skinny at the moment off this jetpack that it doesn't want to let me see potential thumbnails and do things like that. I'm trying to use the Creator Studio or anything else to edit anything. So, yeah. If you're here, thanks for watching. Slight update is just incident earlier. My phone died after the police finally arrived, and just you know, I know how much we all were watching videos and law enforcement, and something goes dead and leaves you hanging. Nobody likes to be left hanging, dangling in the breeze like a dingleberry. Need a nice clean sweep. And yes, the spawn trooper was around. Yes, I made ass jokes. But yeah, because I was hoping I'd be saving some live streams and new videos. I did plan on doing something else. AVA, I don't know if well, I don't think you're subscribed to my other channel, my ministry channel. Probably not. But so I have to do this myself. Uh, oh, dang it. I'm like forgetting something important. There. That's my other channel. And I was hoping to do this in a different way and announce what, but pretty soon I plan on doing something fun with that. Well, for some people it might be fun, others it might be just boring. Hose picker? What horse did you ride in on? The my stream of all things. Did Spawny go to? Well, let's see. Yeah, did Spawny go to bed, or did he have to take a hiatus? Welcome. But yeah, my ministry stream where I try to post my ministry podcast, but I've also thought about doing couple other things special over there. I'm just waiting on this other item to come to fruition, and the behind the scenes stuff will be over here on this channel and the ministry, and then some other stuff will be over on it. So I'll just say at least be content that I think is worth listening to if you like my voice and want to fall asleep. but but I plan on doing basic. There'll be when I go to doing it. I'm debating whether or not there'll be pre-recorded premieres or doing lives. But if I do, but the lives will be, uh, yeah. Any comments during the lives will be right after 2 hours. Will be responded to. Put it that way. Otherwise, I'll try to do recordings and premiere them, and then I can have fun in the chat with everybody at the same time. We'll see how that all plays out. Because I plan on turning this 17-foot trailer into a. Not only is it going to be a garage for keeping keeping a mobility scooter. Yes, I was maybe. You haven't gotten that out of Spawn Trooper? He's always teasing me about being Navy. And that's why I have to joke. I call him Rear Admiral because somebody else made a butt joke about him. They were butt jokes, and then they called him Admiral, and then I just basically threw the Rear Admiral in. That was done over on Veteran Nation Skipper's channel there when that joke was made. For the most part, I've been playing nice for a while because some people have. Yeah, it's getting winter time, and too many snowflakes have been falling. I'll just say that.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Nothing personal against anybody. Just some people got offended with the way I try to joke with fellow vets, and can't do much about that. I'll keep my mouth shut for a while, and then even that. So, anyways, that's not what today's about. Today was about this idiot stalker stalking my wife. Cops showed up. Cops are about as worthless as well, you figure. They'd rather go work traffic control on an accident on car wrecks on the interstate versus responding to basically domestic altercations within the city limits. Oh, so he's still stalking you at the moment, dear. What? He's actually pulled up he's found my YouTube video. On live stream here. So I don't know if there's a good chance there'll be. I hope not, but we'll see if there's more to follow. I never wanted to have this kind of stuff on my YouTube channel, but here I am. Oh boy. Yeah, there's a lot less paperwork in doing traffic control because the only ones that really have to do the ones that have the paperwork are the detectives that investigators that are investigating the accident itself, accident and injuries. But traffic control, yeah, there ain't no paperwork on that. You're just logged in as on scene. And in many cases, they can sleep in their patrol car and other things. Oh boy. See if there's a round two. I hope not. Hope he goes home, takes his psych meds, and goes to sleep. And say a little prayer before sleep. Now I lay me down to sleep. Yeah. This ain't Waffle House. I don't want the drama. I didn't want the drama when I worked at Waffle House. So now I've got to play the waiting game. We will see. We will see. Definitely thank you for stopping by, Hose Picker, if you're still here. I don't know who's here and who's not. It just got quiet in here all of a sudden. Uh, are you cooking some of those fun toys that were played with overseas, AVA? Just in my way to handle some things. I don't know. You're just cooking dinner for the for the kiddos, for the family. And that's the messed up thing. We have our daughter, and she's upset about this. I think law enforcement would have put a little bit more of a priority on it. Did he continue following you, dear? Oh, okay. So he's just trolling in the background. Alright. Live, so. Hmm. Ah, fun, fun, fun. Yeah, she could be done for the day. Alright, so it's a go. Oh, they are. They're admittedly understaffed here in Austin, Texas. But if they're going to take that long to respond, then there's no sense in even calling them in the first place. Call them afterwards. Yeah. But all right, apparently since he's allegedly trolling in the background, I'm going to hang up the stream for now. And more happens, I'll go live again.